one of the hottest matches in home history as temperatures at 105 degrees. But for Sacramento Republic FC, the heat will be the least of their concerns. A spry Tacoma sides await their chance to upset the best in Group A. We welcome you inside the stadium alongside former MLS defender Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. Tonight's contest is brought to you by UC Davis Health. Reno and Sacramento were considered foregone conclusions to reach the playoffs, but the youngsters from Tacoma are defying the so-called experts, settling in at 5 points below Republic in the standings. The Washington club looks to build on the comeback draw they had against Sacramento last month. Adam, what can each side learn from that performance?
What a roller coaster ride that was. Tacoma taking a very early lead, but the response from Republic was fantastic. 3 goals before the half, 2 from Formella and 1 from Hilliard Arce. The second half, there was a little complacency. Tacoma built in confidence and got 2 goals back, finishes 3-3. Tacoma have continued to score goals. Republic have really tightened up at the back. So tonight, it's going to be see how those play out.
Should be a fun one. A lot of goals, no goals, it's all up in the air. Should be a great night here in capital of California. Sacramento's 8-0-1 all-time against Tacoma. They hope to keep that unbeaten streak alive. Starting lineups are coming up next.
This is the look of a 12-year-old cancer survivor. A boy who spent a quarter of his life fighting to get a chance at the rest. A boy whose cancer took his knee, but we gave him back the use of his leg. For extraordinary breakthroughs and everyday childhoods, UC Davis Health offers primary care and specialty care across 17 convenient locations. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
This is why we do these things. This is why we partner with great organizations like Electrify America, like Sac to Zero. It's awesome, you know, there's no better way than doing it together.
At 10, turn to Sacramento's most trusted news team on My 58 with breaking news.
COVID-19 has created new challenges.
Weather that won't keep you guessing.
Here's a look at what we can expect over the next 24 hours.
And the facts you need to keep our community safe and informed.
Big changes happening right now after our investigation.
At 10, make your source for KCLA3 News, My 58, the team you trust to bring you accurate information and prepare you for tomorrow. At 10, turn to My 58 for KCLA3 News.
And Danny Robles, the other solid communication player to keep an eye on tonight. 2 goals, 2 assists on the year. Had a really big game against Sacramento and so he will be a key part to this game tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineup brought to you by Arden Fair. And there he is, Cameron Iwasa, the Sacramento product, making his 100th start for the Republic.
Yes, great honor, and he'll be looking to get his 50th goal tonight too.
And also Rodrigo Lopez back in the lineup as well. Let's get a glance now at the Tacoma Defiance, featuring a lot of youngsters. And Alec Diaz up top, 4 goals, 1 assist, one of the elder statements of his team. Dangerous as ever, and he's also flanked now with Colin Fernandez back in the lineup for this Tacoma side.
Exciting young team. They'll be looking to put the ball in the back of the net tonight.
All right, so Tacoma on the year 2-3-1. Sacramento 3-1-3. Sacramento atop of Group A alongside Reno. And this Tacoma side, a bit of surprise in Group A so far this year. And they are 5 points behind Reno and Sacramento and looking to make some ground here tonight. They played well last time they faced the Republic here at Papa Murphy's Park. They hope to do it again. Republic and the Old Glory Red going to the north end of the stands. It will be Tacoma heading to the south end toward Rafa Diaz, who's looking for his 4th consecutive shutout. The whistle blows, and here we go from the capital of California. As we saw from this team just last month, they started off quick. They were on their front studs. They looked to press. Can we expect more of that tonight here, Adam Moffett?
We can. These boys gained a lot of confidence from that match, and you've seen it the game since. They've been going all out attack. Even defensively, they've been doing well. They were tight game in Reno against a quality team. They could have tied that game, missed a penalty kick, so they'll be going for it tonight. They feel really up for it.
Tacoma is led by Chris Little, 8-21-7 in 2 seasons, but really his main job is to get these guys ready for the Seattle Sounders MLS side, and there's no doubt about it. He's got this group of young guys working hard and feeling confident about where they can potentially land at the end of this group play. Sacramento, of course, back to the original 4-2-3-1. A little bit interesting to see how we're going to see Drew Skundrich. Will it be a big box-to-box kind of position for him tonight? Roro will be out wide, coming back in, and a rare mistake by Roro as Vargas able to pick that clean, and here comes Tacoma once again. And a strong strike coming to the left side, now picking that play up is Danny Robles, 2 goals, 2 assists on the year. We featured him in the pregame show, and just 18 years of age, another academy product, and someone who can be a bit dangerous for them here in this attack.
You see right there, he's not afraid to pull the trigger. First couple minutes, 25 yards out, going for it. That's confidence.
Sacramento playing back on their heels already. Derek Formella, even 105 degrees. He's got the full Under Armour suit ready to go, giving chase here as Burt Gilroy sends this cross in deep to the head of Jordan McCrary and cleared away. Let's get your keys to the match while we have a moment here, Adam.
I think getting out to a strong start. It is a hot night here, so if you can take advantage of that as Sacramento. These guys are coming in from Tacoma. It's been hot there, not as hot as here. Go after them. Make them think, okay, this is really going to be a long night. And then set pieces, I think there'll be opportunities. We saw a goal in the last match from Hilliard Darcy. We get great delivery. We have a little height advantage. Can we take advantage of it?
And a couple of injuries for Sacramento. It's UC Davis Health Injury Report. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, health tips, and more. You can find them on Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. Andrew Wheeler-Amanu still out with that ankle sprain. Adam Grinwis out for the rest of the season. But good news is that no longer is Rodrigo Lopez out. He does have the face mask on as he did suffer a broken nose, but the good news is he can breathe cleanly and says he has no problem. He says just a little bit sore here and there. Sacramento pick clean again. Moving forward, it's Tyler Mueller, the big signing in the offseason for this Tacoma side. The 31-year-old coming as a stout defenseman for Charlotte a year ago. Into the 18, now sent across the face again. And already, this first 3 minutes here, Tacoma really starting to take control of this. Is a little bit nerve-wracking here for Mark Briggs.
You see, anytime you give the ball away here, they're going to be direct. That's how they've had the success the last few games. They're winning the ball, they're going straight at you, so you got to take better care of it, and then straight away getting a good defensive spot if it does turn over.
Adam Moffett, Ron McAllister with you here on a warm evening in the capital of California. Sacramento and Tacoma drawing 3-3 last month here in the first game back after the COVID long break that we had. It was a Formella with a great night, a brace. And also Tomas Hilliard Arce getting his first goal as a member of Sacramento Republic. But early on, it was Tacoma that got the goal, and then 3-1 at halftime, Adam, and you were feeling like this is going to cruise a little bit for Sacramento, and this young team did not give up, end up tying the game 3-3.
Yeah, I've been in those situations before, you know, where you kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit, and you shouldn't. And I truly believe that Sacramento learned from that. And Tacoma also gained a lot from it, right? They gained, oh, wait, we can hang with the big guys here. They're young, but that doesn't mean they don't want to qualify from this group. So if Sacramento gets in that situation again, I can guarantee you they'll know what to expect. We finish the game out properly.
Moving forward, Sacramento for the first time, the attack night, Iwasa peeling up just a step behind. And the first pickup from Christian Pereira, the 23-year-old keeper on loan from Oakland. And that'll be extended through September 13th. So their main keeper now getting some really good minutes with Tacoma.
That was great play by Villenbija. That's where he can be dangerous. If he's going to play in the center, he's in a spot that's confusing for defenders, confusing for midfielders. He's right in between. He gets turned straight away, and he almost slipped Iwasa straight through.
And Mark Briggs, a 38-year-old from Wolverhampton, England, in his first season with Sacramento, 41-19 and 21 all-time in his USL coaching career. Of course, the 2017 USL Coach of the Year after able to take Real Monarchs for quite a ride that ended up facing a Sacramento team that upset them in the very first round. But what a dangerous club that was, and really turned that program around.
I think he sees a lot of what Tacoma's doing, similar to that Monarchs team he had those years ago. Here they come again.
Vargas looking to make a move inside. Ashapalin back in the lineup for the second straight evening. Vargas again. Vargas looking to a big swing. Quick step again. Working his way, and Formella has to come back to track and help. And already Robles and Vargas creating a thorn in the side of Sacramento here early on this warm night. A lot of quick ball movements. You like to see that if you're Chris Little, the head man for this Tacoma side. Quick touch and go. You talked about what was learned from this. Is this ball sent deep by McCrary? You had Sacramento feeling like their offense was dialed in, ready to go, really no problems. Tweak the backside. The back line figured maybe things out, and it's been incredible ever since then. Sacramento rarely giving up a goal. I mean, this is a club that really, when you look at it, they've only given up a couple goals since that game, and the way they've been able to shut teams down. Now, the problem is they're only scoring 7 goals on their side. So it's really one of those things where you got to figure out one way or the other and overcorrect a little bit. Meanwhile, like you said before, Tacoma's really gained a lot of confidence since that match.
You don't want to focus too much on it, obviously, but if you're not going to score goals, you're probably not going to go ahead and win a championship. But keeping clean sheets definitely helps, but it doesn't last that long, you know? So if they can keep clean sheets but put more goals in there, you can kill the game.
Ball sent deep, and flag goes up offside. Alec Diaz just a couple quick steps early and a quick restart. And the referee, Ricardo Fierro, not having it, so we'll come back to Rafa Diaz. Cameron Iwasa, that 100 milestone for starts. Congratulations to him. There's the shot of Chris Little. He also leads the MLS Sounders Academy program as well, so he is very integral in the success of the parent club.
I think what he's done there is he worked with the academy first, brought a lot of players through, had a lot of success, and it's okay, next step. Tacoma Defiance, still affiliated with the Seattle Sounders. He's still with the academy, and he's doing a wonderful job this year.
Ashapalin, quickly to Roro. Mark Briggs wanted to see a little bit better possession in the attack and holding it longer. He felt the turnovers came too quick, which put them back. And maybe offside. Cameron Iwasa able to come back onside. Tracking there's Carlton Belmar. Here's Iwasa with a strike, looking for number 5-0 in his USL career. Sails wide, but the first good look on goal for Sacramento comes in the 9th minute.
Yeah, the initial run by Belmar, he was way offside, but great job by Iwasa staying alert. You know what? Carlton, get out of the way, I'll take it. Comes on to a good strike, and he just pulls it a little wide. Great control.
Iwasa and William Bijev, really the stars in Reno, besides Rafa Diaz. And they played fantastic. Put a lot of pressure on the midfield. This ball's to the left side. Formella coming with his right foot. Formella, and it's a big save coming by Christian Herrera. Good to see Derek Formella getting on the end of that one. It's been a bit of a time where we've seen Formella really get a good crack at it. Almost scored his 3rd goal of the season there.
Yeah, he had a great game against them last time and 2 goals, and he's feeling it again already here tonight. Gets into a stronger right foot, takes a deflection. Good save by Herrera, just pushing that wide. Now here's an opportunity from the corner kick.
Atlas disposal, our first corner kick of the evening. It'll be Rodrigo Lopez. Roro, hard-driven ball, and crashing was Tomas Hilliard Arce, and last deflected by Tacoma Defiance. It will be another corner kick for Sacramento. And again, Rodrigo Lopez will take this. And if you look, no more mask for Roro.
Taking it off. He's feeling
maybe a little too hot.
Yes, maybe that's what it is. A bit steamy in there. I believe Hilliard Arce actually missed that header there. Defender came through, put it over the bar. He'll be looking to attack this again. He's a big, strong, powerful boy. He knows the delivery is going to be put in a good area. Attack it. He scored in the last game. He'll want to do it again here.
And a bit of shoving as William Bijev goes down just outside of the penalty spot, and both players now getting a talking to. 10 minutes in, Tacoma on their front studs already, as this is a team that has not backed down. Took down Portland twice after taking on Sacramento in that draw. This one's back to Hilliard Arce. He's going to put it right back in the mix. Here's a chance for Formella, tried to sneak it in, and it just sailed away. And we have another corner kick, so we'll redo it again for Sacramento.
There's going to be opportunities tonight coming off these set pieces. Another great ball. That looks like one they've practiced on the training ground. Roro plays it further. Hilliard Arce dropping out, drops it back in. And once that ball's in around that box, you just got to be alert. Good job by Formella, and it was good defending again, pushing it wide.
Like to see this. 2 shots already from Derek Formella in the first 12 minutes of play. Roro, once again, back post. Looking again for Tomas Hilliard Arce and William Bijev, who had the game-winning goal, the penalty kick against Reno, with a nice nifty move here. Sends this right back into the mix, looking for Formella again. A bit too high, but another great possession coming from Sacramento. 3 consecutive really good looks in this set piece.
Really good look. That was great play by Bijev. It looked like he was just going to play it back the way. Use that skill. That's the right decision in that moment. You want to see someone at the back post, though. I mean, anytime that ball's going in, you've got to have someone at the back post, and it's a fantastic ball just over the back of Formella. A little flat-footed there.
So Tacoma able to escape 3 consecutive corner kicks coming from Sacramento. And Carlton Belmar with a strong strike, but he stepped out of bounds.
This is the good intensity you're seeing. Don't let them get out their own half. Make it hard for them. Right? Again, it's a hot night. If they feel like they're cramped in their own box the whole time, trust me, it's going to be playing on their mind. So good job so far. It ramped it up. It was a little slow the first few minutes. The last 5 minutes or so has been good.
Sacramento 11-2-2 all time against the Tacoma and / Seattle Sounders 2 squad over the years. Sacramento has been dominant here at home, 8-0-1. And of course the 1 draw coming earlier this year. They've outscored Tacoma 21-4. I know it's hard to look at past, but you've got to feel that there's a dominant performance that could be had here by Sacramento. But Tacoma's been stingy so far in the year. Carlton Belmar just outside the 18 will dink this over the top. Here's Formella with a chance. Back to Roro. Roro's going to give it a look. And it's just a slippery field. It took him down a bit. Wanted maybe contact. Didn't get it, but missed it wide. Another shot. That's 4 already for Sacramento.
Yeah, that's encouraging. You can see his plant foot just gives way. Big divot right there on the field. But that's where he should be as well. It's right in the top of that box. He sells himself well. And then he just lost that left foot plants and just gives way. That's, again, promising. Ball into the back. Formella keeps it alive. Chance created.
This attack looking very dangerous. Rodrigo Lopez back in the lineup tonight. What does he give you in terms of not only moving the attack forward, but his decision-making ability?
You've seen the set pieces, obviously. That's a big part of his game. But giving him time and space on the ball is not what Tacoma want to do, right? You give him time, he can crack a good shot from outside the box. He's got a smart brain, right? He can find the guys making the runs. Good play by Ash.
And he's in the midfield here collecting. Here's got Bijev to his left, goes to Iwasa on his right. Iwasa cutting it back in, trying to get a shot. Here's Formella! Derek Formella the 14th minute, and Sacramento striking first here against the Tacoma Defiance.
Formella against Tacoma, that's his matchup.
His third attempt finally breaking through, and it's his third goal on the year. All three of his goals have come against the Defiance here in 2020. What went right here out of Moffitt?
Roro, we were just talking about him. He finds that ball in a great spot, and it's the perfectly weighted pass to Cam Iwasa. Caught under Cam's feet a little bit, but you see Formella, he stays close. Where's it going to be? Drops to him, slots it in. Well done.
Well done by Cameron Iwasa, too, to look back and not try to force that through two defenders. Felt that he had Formella coming and was able to get a deflected off ball. And there is Derek Formella, 14th minute goal, and Sacramento's the one who strikes first. Again, it was last time it was Tacoma that was able to get that first goal, and it was Alec Diaz in the very first minute of play.
I don't know if Iwasa knew too much about that one. I think he was trying to shoot it with his left.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe you giving him, okay. The local lad. We'll give him it.
The Sacramento guys got to stick together.
Great awareness. Yeah, we'll give him it.
Maybe well, he didn't get the goal off the goalkeeper's head in
there we go.
Jake Leaker in Portland. So, you know, he didn't get the 50th in. Maybe he'll get the assist here.
Yeah, on the 100th appearance. Great vision, Cam. Well done. But that's really positive. You can see they've really ramped it up this last 10 minutes. Keep it going.
Hard challenge by Villian Bijev. Whistle comes in, and it'll be a set ball here coming for Tacoma Defiance. And Tacoma's a team now, the one loss that we've seen since the return of play was against Reno. That was a 2-1 defeat against the 1868 in Nevada. And it was a 2-1 loss, but easily could have been 2-2 as a penalty kick was blocked. And so this is a team that will not go away. So for Sacramento, you feel good about the goal, but you probably don't want to get complacent. We saw what happened a month ago.
Exactly. It was a fantastic win during the week against, here we go, Formella.
Formella tried to squeeze it through to Bijev, and Sam Rogers able to get back.
It was a big win against Reno. They separated a little bit space between them and Tacoma. They want to largen that gap tonight, get the 3 points, increase the gap. But for Tacoma, their chance of advancing in this group is getting wins against Reno, getting wins against Sacramento. We've seen twice they beat Portland already, but they have to win these kind of games if they want to advance in the group.
And you look at this Group A, and of course Tacoma, we've talked about the surprise that we've seen from this group. Not understanding what you might get from so many young players, and also many of the Sounders players with the MLS side, and they're likely not going to be transferring back and forth because of COVID concerns and safety and health issues. So you've got a lot of young guys here, and a lot of them are getting some time. So you probably, as your Chris Little, weren't sure what you'd get, but I think you've got to be feeling pretty good that you're threatening Reno and Sacramento already this early.
I think he'll be delighted with how this young team has responded. And like you say, it's going to be a strange season. They're similar to Reno, where they have an affiliation with an MLS club, where they'll be getting players who don't play in the first team will come play. That's likely not going to happen this year. So this is the core team you're seeing. And as you can see, a lot of these boys are blossoming. It's so fun to watch this young squad attack, linking up, and it's a great opportunity for their development.
The entire midfield made up of teenagers, and really to their credit, that's been the best part of their team so far this year. I mean, Gonzalez, Vargas, Kitahara, and Robles, all very good. So, and we appreciate all of you joining us from wherever you may be on My 58 or on ESPN Plus. And Rodrigo Lopez sending this ball to the right side. Belmar. McCrary will send it into the corner, looking for Iwasa to potentially make a run. And the keeper, Christian Herrera, the 23-year-old. And this ball is out of play. Well, we are excited to have you a part of the broadcast as well on this evening, and checking in with the virtual watch party and getting a look at their reaction from that goal from Derek Formella.
Some good reactions right there. I think Rafi, I wasn't sure when it went in the net, but maybe a little lag time between a few of them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's not the same without fans in the stadium. And for Rob and I, it's awesome to be here, but it's just not the same without you fans at home. But thank you so much for supporting the team.
Asha Paulin, and a sliding tackle coming in was Burt Gilroy. And you hear from Mark Briggs saying, good decision, Ash. And that's the one thing we do get is some commentary coming from the players and coaching staff to understand what's trying to take place. So Ash there, smart move. I mean, he's really starting to learn this position, and give him a lot of credit. I mean, we're only 7 games in where he's played this position, and he's learning things like that a left back need to do.
Yeah, maybe before it's just, okay, maybe I can keep this in, take it on. No, take the corner kick. He's seen so far that there's been some good success from it. It's a great opportunity.
Roro, hard driven ball to the head of Iwasa. Still in play for Sacramento. And Apollon will send it back to Rafa Diaz. Diaz looking to play into some space. How about Rafa, though? Comes in as a starter. Adam Graydon was dealing a bit of an injury. And for 3 straight matches, he, along with the back line, have not allowed a single goal. And not only that, he's made some fantastic saves. We saw against Reno, maybe one unlucky where it hit off the top bar. Other than that, he made 4 fantastic stops, really deserving where he is today.
He's had plenty of action. It's not like he's not getting shots at him. He's made some really big saves. And what's been great, and I know the players appreciate this, is he's coming for crosses, and that relieves so much pressure. And especially in a 1-0 game, just good spot for Iwasa here. Good run by Belmar.
Iwasa so dangerous playing underneath here. Belmar going to keep it down low. BJ with a quick touch. A great idea from Sacramento. And you got to like that delivery from Carlton Belmar. Not typically a player who's played on the wing for his career, but he's showing some skill sets here that's giving Mark Briggs really a reason to keep him in the 11.
Good job there. He gets that ball into Bijev, and it was very well defended. The defender got in touch. I don't think he knew too much about it. Put his body in front. Yeah. Great job by Belmar.
Another Atlas disposal corner kick for Sacramento. Only 3 of the 4 chances so far looking pretty good. This ball's driven hard again into the mix. Back heel from Bijev. Gotta be careful for the counter here for Tacoma. They like to get out and run when they can. "105 degrees at kickoff, the hottest ever to have a home match here in Sacramento for the Republic. Pick clean, Sargis will come over. And now the center back has some decisions to make. It will be Tacoma ball.
Yeah, a little pinball there. Not sure it came off, but Tacoma's ball.
The Indomitable Club will return to Pop Murphy's Park next weekend for match 2 of 4 against Group A opponent Timbers 2. Kickoff set for 8 o'clock. Tune in to KQCA My 58 Estrella TV or ESPN Plus. Another 8 o'clock start, probably another warm evening. Tell you what, appreciated the 8 o'clock start tonight, Adam.
Yes, I don't know if I would have been able to start at 7:30. I spent a few years in Houston, Texas, and it was hot and humid. This heat tonight's kind of taking me back to that.
So for Houston, you the advantage that you understood how to play there, and how do you still play soccer but also use that heat to your advantage?
We had such an incredible, the team I was on in Houston, we had the longest unbeaten record at home, and a big part of that is what we did is we used it to our advantage. As soon as the team came in the tunnel before the game, we'd act like, it's a nice night, it'd be 102.
And humid, it's not even.
Oh yes, exactly. You are sweating, but you don't show it, right? You come out the first 5-10 minutes, lots of energy. You know those guys don't want to be there. Iwasa, good pressure there.
I've been to Houston a couple times in just 100-degree days, 100% humidity, and you are soaking wet. You're absolutely miserable. I can only imagine running around at it where your lungs are just burning.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Houston in the summer, I highly recommend that you don't. You don't.
Yeah, you don't go.
You wait for the fall.
Yeah.
We got the tweet coming in. Let's go. Republic FC start strong. Let's go back to the last game. Recall the last game?
I do.
Rob? We had a tweet from Anthony Tuck predicting the score 1-0. So Anthony, if you're listening to the game tonight, tweet us back another prediction. You got a little head start on this one, but
he's got to do better than 1-0.
Yes, yeah, he got a little head start tonight, but we didn't reference that at the end of the last game. But well done to you, Anthony. I don't know.
Well, I guess the way the matches have been going, Sacramento not giving up a goal, so maybe he's pretty safe on the clean sheet. But
yeah, maybe he'd be predicting that every game, you know.
You looked at Reno and how potent their attack was with Tucker Brown and Hertog and Francois. This Tacoma side just as dangerous. Very good at moving the ball. Their offense has been dialed in. Look at the space in here. Burke Gilroy, the right back, coming all the way up. He's going to take a look at it. And Diaz will watch it sail wide, and it will be a goal kick coming for Sacramento.
So what you'll see from Tacoma to try and break the team down is a lot of technical players, and they're looking to combine in and around the box first. So Sacramento, it's keeping it compact. Don't let them play those 1-2s around you. It was a good job there. You want them shooting from 25 yards out. You don't want them combining in the box, getting in there, getting shots from there. So that was a good job defensively.
Pressure coming. Diaz will release to Panagos. Panagos has started every match so far this season, the 18-year-old. However, subbed at halftime last game as Mark felt that the communication wasn't there, and him and Apollon and Arce, and really an uncharacteristic game for that back four. And so he felt he had to make a change. Deckel Keenan comes in, and of course Deckel, being Deckel, just goes all out, does everything he can, and that 34-year-old body still has it. Not in the 18 here tonight, but he is on the bench as almost as an assistant coach. But for Mario Panagos, I mean, he's had a lot of success. What do you feel that substitution can do to a young player sometimes? It can kind of crush confidence a little bit sometimes.
It can. So Hayden Sargis, not Mario Panagos, will correct that one.
You're right, sorry.
Mario is still around, but not been playing
Hayden
at
Sargis,
centre
yes.
back. Hayden Sargis. It can, and I got to speak to him briefly before the game, and adversity is part of being in this game. So at 18, getting pulled off at halftime, you can feel sorry for yourself. Oh, I'm not good enough, but he's back in tonight. So Mark Briggs clearly trusts him, but he's got to show, okay, I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow. He hasn't played enough games to experience all these different things. All right, and I think a lack of communication last time, and then you saw Deckel Keenan coming in, a guy who's played in English Premier League, you know. It's like, okay, I'll show you how it's done. He obviously can't play every single game, but Sargis has been fantastic. He really has, and it's great to see him get as many minutes as he has.
And this adversity can be good. This will dink up over the top. Opportunity coming. Sacramento tried to turn on it. Jordan McCrary, another great ball served in by Roro. Seems to be dialed in here this evening, and may have last touched off the right leg of Tacoma. So we're going to have another corner kick for Sacramento. Really starting to pile up. I think it's 6 already.
It is. The opportunities are going to keep coming as well. You'll see Hilliard Arce here he's coming in a little bit late. He doesn't want, I think it's Mueller who's marking on me. He wants to kind of ghost in last minute, but he's going to be the big target.
Ball served in the box. William Bijev trying to get to it. A kick save coming by Christian Herrera. Bijev able to collect it. And back in, easy catch for Herrera, who's 6'6", one of the tallest keepers in the USL.
The right idea by Bijev there coming back. He was just trying to float that into the back post, but just underhit it. Easy one for Herrera.
Herrera on the year, 6 goals allowed in 5 appearances. He has made 17 saves. Order online, pick up your SRFC swag curbside. Republic are now offering curbside pickup for all team store orders. For more information, go to sacrepublicfc.com. Sam Rogers, the 21-year-old out of Seattle. He was the captain of this S2 team, as the Sounders 2, as they were primarily called before. Was injured for most of last year. But here's a guy who's been in the top 20 and younger players in U.S. youth national teams. They really love his size and strength and the playmaking ability from that center back position. Corner for Tacoma.
And he's learning off a good guy. You saw Taylor Mueller there bringing the ball forward, driving forward with it. There's space, plays a good ball out wide, and look, they have a corner. And Sam Rogers is a big guy. This is what he looks for here.
Outswinger coming for Tacoma. Good shielding there by Derek Formella. And Burke Gilroy will send it all the way back to Nick Hines. Nick Hines has moved him around a little bit last year. He was such a dangerous threat against Sacramento 2 years ago. That left back position really made life miserable. But they've tried him in the midfield. They love his talent. And I think they just want to see a little bit more playmaking ability from number 31. He's starting the left back position tonight. Did not start against Sacramento a month ago here for Tacoma. Ball quickly played in. You can see Tacoma just trying to create small triangles throughout this attack and not trying to do too much too early, just possessing long enough to get a clean look.
You can see how comfortable they are with the ball. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. Again, we repeat that it is a young team, but finding great spots. As you see right there, that was Vargas getting in a good spot, trying to turn. Good pressure in the middle by Sacramento. We haven't seen too much of Alec Diaz so far. He's had a great year.
Vargas, and ball lazily sent to Rafa Diaz.
You see Diaz trying to sneak at the back post right here.
Alex Diaz, 4 goals, 1 assist. Former Puerto Rican national team member.
Yeah, Diaz, going back to him, he's had a great year so far, and he's really picked it up as of late. He's only 18. You know, like a lot of these boys, you're seeing their ages, they're 17, 18, 19.
And Ashapalan clearing that away. It'll be a deep throw for Tacoma. The goal coming in the 14th minute by Dark Formella, his 3rd on the season.
Tacoma's trying to feel their way into the game here. They've gained a little more possession the last 5 minutes. They're trying to slow it down a little bit. It was a little relentless. Sacramento coming, getting corner kick after corner kick. So this right here slows it down. Can we keep the ball in their half? And it, again, results in a corner here for them. And they have the 2 big boys from the back, Taylor Mueller and Sam Rogers are just gonna say, put that ball up there, we'll go attack it. It's our chance. You know, we've been defending enough already tonight.
Robles, again, this is gonna be an in-swinger, crashing, but McCrary to the head. Back to Nick Hines, it'll take a hop. Dark Formella, very good defending tonight as well. This ball's whipped in quickly and selling out. Comes Carlton Belmar. Now it's Iwasa trying to break through. Good job by Villian Bijev to come back and making a run. On that weak side was Formella again.
There's a big gap there for Formella. If you're a ball in there, you just overhit that. If anything, you're overhitting it. And he just got underneath that ball. You see it sliced up. A little too much backspin on there. The idea was right, though. That's it. Those quick counterattacks. Because it's still 1-0. As many chances as we've seen for Sacramento, it's 1-0. It's a tight game.
Well, this Tacoma team is one that can definitely score. They have scored 13 on this season. And of course, 3 of those coming against Sacramento. Tomas Hilliard-Arce. Skundrich. Good ball. Roro playing it forward. Look at this. Bijev on the run, breaking Rogers down. Rogers holding. Bijev able to score to 30. Iwasa, and there it is! Number 50 for Cameron Iwasa. The Sacramento kid joined some of the all-time greats in USL history with that goal. And it's Villian Bijev with the assist. Sacramento up 2-0.
Doesn't get much easier than that. He'll take that any day of the week. Brilliant, unselfish play by Bijev. The ball through from Lopez. We spoke about his creativity. And Iwasa, again, he could have stopped running there, but he's like, here's an opportunity. Awareness from Bijev, easy tap in.
Cameron Iwasa. Assist, Villian Bijev.
So Bijev's first assist on the season. Cameron Iwasa, his 2nd goal, but more importantly, number 50 for number 31. We're now on to a hydration break, and really for the first time this season. Probably needed because of the heat, but is powered by Smud. This hydration break gives a couple moments to check back in with Mark Briggs, who goes mic'd up.
If you play it and then join in, it just makes it easy for you. All right, but I just wanted to tell you, well done. Keep it up. Look, did he come? These are the moments we have to see, right? Does that make sense? So movement was brilliant, but then we have to recognize the next part. Sam, you know there? You know, as you're coming in there, can you recognise that space? And also tell him as you're making that movement. Does that make sense? How do you feel, Cam?
And you love the demands of perfection that Mark Briggs likes to see from his club. I'll tell you what, you see Villian Bijev right there. Not only did he make that direct run that was fabulous, giving Sacramento a really good look at goal, the unselfishness to dump that off to Cam Iwasa was brilliant.
It was the right decision. We've spoke about that with Bijev. It's making the right decision, and it's something we spoke to Mark Briggs this week about. Did he speak to Bijev before that Reno game? Because he really came out with something to prove, and it was interesting. He said he's kind of feeling how he needs to deal with him. You know, it's a two-way street. It's a conversation where, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that, and he's responded really well, and you saw that there, the awareness, the right decision. Maybe in years past, we see him trying to go himself right there. Great unselfish play, Iwasa, 50th goal.
And I don't even know if, had he gone by himself there and taken a crack at it, that would have been a bad decision. I mean, he was really had a good look going against Christian Herrera.
No, he could have definitely scored it himself. He for sure could have, but an open net for Iwasa, I'd fancy my chances more with that one.
And congratulations to Cam. I mean, what a year he has had coming off the bench, now back in the lineup. I'll tell you what, these last two games, him and Bijev have looked so good together, and I don't think we've ever really seen them pair well like this, like we've seen them in the last two matches here against Reno and now here against Tacoma.
It's promising to see. We're still so early in the season, right, in terms of games, but we're halfway through. So they really have to start doing what they're doing, building that chemistry. You see here, Belmar's had a good night tonight as well. He's a guy that really needs to get going. Formella's going to be at the back post looking for this.
Belmar floating this one. Formella and may have crossed the line. Good attempt, but you know, the one thing you got to give credit to Belmar. This is not something he's naturally done, but as he's gotten a little bit older, he's having to do different things as a player, and so we're starting to see him pick up the position a bit more. And I mean, you look at the attack, it's incredibly dangerous. I mean, you have 98 goals between those three guys, in Formella, and Bijev, and Belmar and Iwasa. You add Bijev in the mix, and you're adding well over 100.
A lot of firepower, and you see what Sacramento's trying to do right here. They're letting Tacoma play from the back. That's what Tacoma likes to do. And then as soon as that ball's there, pile the pressure on. You can hear Coach Bridge here telling them, go, go, go now. Now's the time. Keep them in their half.
2-0 Sacramento. Formella the 14th. Iwasa in the 31st. And fitting enough to get his 50th goal, number 31 in the 31st minute.
There we go. That's a little something there. That's good.
And Roro now back on with the mask, so maybe had to get adjusted on the sideline.
I have never done it. I've never played with the mask on, but I'd imagine it would be it'd be uncomfortable.
Especially
I've never
tonight.
Yeah. Oh, especially tonight.
Giving chase is Robas.
Good ball by Diaz.
That's a heavy ball to take down though for Carlton Belmar. Good step from Sargis. Belmar.
It's a good chance for Ash here to overlap.
And so much freedom for Formella running in and out. You see him and Cam really changing places every bit in a while. We see Formella stay out wide, come into the middle. Underneath now is Bijev. Apollon waiting patiently along the touchline. And this is what Mark Briggs wants to see more of. Holding this in possession, retaining the ball, making the other team work a little bit more. They haven't owned possession really since Tacoma.
There's been a lot of careless mistakes, and I think the results have been there. The play maybe not so much, but if they can continue getting results and the play starts getting better, really watch out. You know, really, it's good things are going to come.
Well, how hard is that? I mean, as a team, you're having success. You're top of the group, and there's some small mistakes. So for a coach, I'm sure it's a bit frustrating to say, we got to do better, but you look at the standings and you're doing pretty well.
It's the continual mistakes, because, okay, the other day, Herzog, you know, we're looking at the Reno match, the mistakes that let him through, that wasn't necessarily on, that was just fortune that he missed those, you know, and another day that could be a goal. So a little bit of luck going their way, but the more mistakes you make, obviously you leave yourself susceptible.
Skundrich battling.
Well done, Skundrich. He's not afraid to get stuck in. These are the transitions you got to watch out for here, though.
Well, since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier to USL. For more, selectsportamerica.com. We talked about how dominant Sacramento has been here at home. Now with 23 goals against 4 for Tacoma / Seattle Sounders 2 over the years. But the other way, you know, Tacoma's been pretty decent. 3-2-1, 10-10. Goals for, goals against. So they have played well. And the next 2 matches between these 2 sides will be in the Pacific Northwest. Good touch from Roro. Pollen peeling off his Formella. 3 white jerseys coming for Ash. He's got to get rid of it. And the press continuing. Looking for a counter. Robles. 2 assists against Sacramento on July 13th. Well done by Hayden Sargis.
Good positioning by Sargis on that one. He had the, he knew Diaz was streaking through, but had an eye on him. Put himself in a good spot to close it. Here goes Belmar up that right wing again.
From McCrary. Belmar looking for Iwasa. Back to Formella with the right foot. Gonna give it a go! A brace for Derek Formella. 2 braces on the year. They both come against Tacoma. They both have come in the first half of play. And Sacramento is rolling in a hot night in California.
He's looking to one-up that, I think. Getting the 2 in the last game, 2 already tonight. He'll want to go 1 more. He'll want to try and get his hat trick here tonight. Great ball in by Belmar. You see looking at the back post, and Formella, the composure. A lot of the time you see someone just going to swing at this. No, I'm going to cut back. Defender's taking a jump. Great touch, good finish.
Formella had never had a brace in his professional career and got one against Tacoma last month, has his 2nd against the very same club. And there's just some players who have really good success against teams. Fortunately for Tulsa, William Bijev has owned them. This may just be the poor Achilles heel for Tacoma, may just be Derek Formella.
Do you think Coach Brigg knows that? No, I think he does. I think it plays into it a lot. I think he looked at tonight and said, okay, remember that last game you had here? Show me you can do it again. Yeah. Those things play in.
And the best that we've seen Formella look, I mean, a lot of hold-up play, but really tonight he's been thinking more of an attacking player. But Tacoma not done quite yet. Diving save, Drew Skundrich comes out to sell out and keeping a shot against Rafa Diaz's goal. Now Belmar again showing his pace, takes an elbow to the face, and now the whistle comes in and a yellow card against Nick Hines will be issued as well.
That was going to be a good foot race right there between Nick Hines and Belmar. You saw Skundrich just laying out for that. Well done. I don't know where it got him, but probably stung a little bit. Being careful. We spoke about the complacency in the last game, up 2 goals, now 3 goals. Right there, there's an opportunity for them to straight away get back in the game.
Look at this foot race. I think Carlton Belmar had a step too. And here's what is such a bummer right now. It's definitely quiet in here. And if there's 11,000 plus fans in here, it's going crazy, and the atmosphere is probably really getting to Tacoma. And I think they played off of that in July, where they were able to say, you know, forget about it. It's easy to forget when there's probably not 10,000 plus fans screaming on top of you.
That is a great point, and I don't know if you watch golf, Rob. I know you play it. But you look at the U.S. Open, right? A lot of young players in the final group. A lot of people said there's no pressure, there's no fans there.
Yeah.
They've not been through
They're not
that
screaming
before.
for Tiger or Rory
Yes,
or some of the other
all
guys.
of that, right? So, and it is similar for these guys.
Ash, good touch. Looking for Formella. Bijev was the intended target. Well, join the Major League Soccer Insider list for exclusive access to insider content and the latest news about the Rail Yard Stadium. MLS2SAC.com is where you should go for more information. Adam Moffett with me in the booth tonight as Republic have a 3-goal advantage after 43 minutes. Formella with a brace, Iwasa with goal number 50. All things going well for Sacramento here at home.
You'll want to finish out this last 5 minutes strong here. That's a great run there.
McCrary having to come back. Azriel Gonzalez, one of the better young players for this Tacoma side. Now they've got really good position coming just outside the top of the box.
You do not want to give up a goal right before the half here. If anything, obviously adding to it, but that's a dangerous spot right here. A few balls lining up to take this.
McCrary has used his yellow cards and his fouls fairly carefully and in pretty good timing, though. I know you didn't want to get that one there, but I'll tell you what, Azriel Gonzalez, a lot of pace for an 18-year-old out of Las Vegas, and dangerous as ever. And here's Sacramento, big moment. You talked about staying on top and mentally staying sharp. The collapse that we saw against Tacoma on July 13th is something Mark Bridges preached about, staying sharp for 90-plus minutes. Here's a key moment of that. The wall is being built by Rafa Diaz. He's putting Drew Skundrich directly in the front, but expecting some kind of curling ball.
Diaz hasn't had much to do tonight, but he'll be on his toes for this. He'll be looking for that ball to go over the top of that wall.
And you got to watch the rebound. Burt Gilroy on the right side along with Robles. Ball shot is taken, hits off the wall. And now Drew Skundrich able to just get that attacking player to think about it long enough. And here comes the press from Sacramento. Even on a warm night like this, Mark Briggs does not want to let up. This ball's played perfectly into the 18. Little quick touch, and it's over the top and hitting the net. Great opportunity. Alec Diaz looking for goal number 5 on the year. Great touch here coming from Tacoma Defiance.
Yeah, we haven't spoke about him too much, but again, he is a very dangerous player. It's a wonderful run, and it's a tough finish. But if you've seen him play this year, he's actually capable of doing that. Tough. You're just looking to just lift a tiny little bit on there, and Diaz does a good job kind of putting him off, making it as hard as possible. But we've seen a few opportunities here the last few minutes for Tacoma, for Republic. Close it up. Close it up. Don't give them any chances here. Keep handing it. We saw Awasa chasing a long ball with a minute to go. The rest of the guys at the back, got to be tidy with it, take care of it.
Mistakes here in the midfield, and a foul as Colin Fernandez whistled. Well, the Reimagine Republic FC mobile app includes an updated look, easier navigation, and new features to bring all the match day excitement right to the palm of your hand. Download it today at the App Store or Google Play Store. Tacoma on the year, 1-1-1 away from Cheney Field. Right now they're in quite a deficit, down 3 goals. Rogers picked it for the hold there. Alex Diaz, of course, scoring that first goal for Tacoma, and then Jesse Daly scored the second. And Daly released this week after 4 seasons with Tacoma. Daly no longer with the club, 22 years old. A bit surprising. He's really a strong part of this club for the last several seasons. There is the whistle coming from Ricardo Fierro. 45 minutes are in the books for Sacramento, and it's all Republic. Iwasa with number 50 and Dark Formella with the brace. It is going all good here in Sacramento for this guy and for the rest of the boys in the Old Glory Red. Full halftime show coming up for you. Don't go away. We'll have another 45 minutes still to play here. Tacoma's dangerous. Republic will have to stay sharp. We'll have a halftime show coming up next, right after this.
This is the look of a 12-year-old cancer survivor. A boy who spent a quarter of his life fighting to get a chance at the rest. A boy whose cancer took his knee, but we gave him back the use of his leg. For extraordinary breakthroughs and everyday childhoods, UC Davis Health offers primary care and specialty care across 17 convenient locations. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
I Love Lasher, starring Vince Bloom,
the big dog,
and Subi, the canine companions for Independence Puppy. Over this past year, we've gotten to know her and her furry friends, as they've gotten to know Outbacks, and Foresters, and Crosstreks, and Imprezas and Legacies. Yes, these fellow four-wheelers love Subarus from Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru, a Stellar Care Award winner and Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year.
For over 60 years, our name means a great deal. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovesubaru.com.
I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
Staying at home can take its toll. But weeknights starting at 5, you can hang out with some of the funniest shows on TV.
Seriously? You better believe it.
All the crazy characters.
I'm not insane. My mother had me tested.
All the relatable moments.
You're still rocking the sweats.
Every day this week.
And of course, all the laughs. Stay home with TV's best comedies. Weeknights starting at 5. It's not just stay at home funny, it's My 58 funny.
At the break in Sacramento, it's all Republic 3-0 over the Defiance. UC Davis held halftime show. Continuing here, of course, a quiet Papa Murphy's Park with the fans not able to attend. But one guy who's been loud off the field, well, more like on it this season, 18-year-old Hayden Sargis has been a solid presence along that back line, and he acknowledges those who have really helped him with his early success.
I'm Hayden Sargis, I'm a center back, and I'm number 3. I want to become a professional soccer player as soon as I could, so being able to do it at 17 is great. Just a lot of hard work has been put into it, so to be able to say it right now makes me smile.
For the first time, we want to welcome Hayden Sargis to our Sac Republic FC family.
I started off with the academy when it was first made. Played 4 seasons before I got the first call up to come train with the first team. Got some opportunities with some friendlies, and now I'm a professional player.
Maybe a chance here, good save. Sargis getting way upfield. The 18-year-old center back has not looked at all out of place.
From an actual playing perspective, Hayden's, I guess what you'd say is a footballing centre-back. He can distribute the ball left foot and right foot, break lines with passes. He's aggressive, which is important. And now it's just making sure that all melts into the right ingredients we need from our central defenders.
Deckel is definitely one of them. He's had the experience of a professional soccer player in the best way possible. So when 10 years pass by and people are asking me, oh, who did you look up to when you were playing your early career? I'll definitely mention Deckel.
I think he's a great kid. First of all, he has the willing to learn. So if he will not understand something, and he will come and ask. So after every training, we usually talk and what happened in the training, what can we do better. And I can be honest with you, I sometimes ask him what he think about me. Like, it's just early days for him, it's just the beginning of his journey. But the way I see his personality, I think he have great future. But I think he need to cut his hair, he need to be tougher.
I just want to rep the Sargis name in the best way possible. Continue to play and to be known as a Sargis.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. The protocols that were created in the case of the USL Championship and USL League One takes well over 50 pages to document. Describe the USL Championship's particular return to play and the role that you played in helping to craft those guidelines.
Yeah, obviously the credit goes to USL. The credit goes to USL, their owners, all the staff, really putting in the work, getting on calls multiple times a week with other leagues, but also recognizing that all the leagues can't be the same. And all recognizing that the elements are different for each of them. And I think it's important to touch on that because it's important for us to be able to create a mitigation strategy, layers of protection that our players are comfortable with, that our public are comfortable with, while respecting the virus. So USL has done a tremendous job. They've invested a lot of time and energy consulting with others to be able to put this forth. Hopefully I was a conduit and someone who provided, that medical expertise and brought everybody together. And if we can all come out of this safe and be able to show a model, not only for sport, but for public, that would be a great outcome.
Welcome back to the UC Davis halftime show. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat with you. What a great piece with Hayden Sargis. Well done, team. That was really fun to hear. And of course, Declan Kane is just such a jokester. He's such a great guy. You know what? There's a lot going around the league here. So let's take a look at our news and notes. And of course, we talked about this earlier, but Tyler Pasher, Player of the Month honors.
Yes, and Martin Rennie, Coach of the Month. Martin Rennie was actually the coach who brought me over to the States 13 years ago. So congratulations, Martin.
Yeah, Indy 11 rolling right now. And of course, Junior Fleming might just be the best player in USL right now. He is fantastic for Phoenix.
He is on fire.
On fire. Continue it. Okay, let's get to our standings, and it's brought to you by Honda. And, Group A play, I'll tell you what, looking pretty good right now. Goal differential separating Reno and Sacramento. However, both these teams right now winning as Reno is destroying Portland 5-0 as it's still in the 68th minute. And of course, Sacramento with a 3-goal advantage here. So it's going to be tough for Portland really to make any kind of run. Goal differential -16 heading into this match. But, Tacoma can still be that thorn. And it also could mess up who's 1 or 2 if it is Sacramento, because you really want to get that number 1 seed. Notable games coming up Wednesday. We've got a busy slate as there is a lot of matches to get into as we're going to have the second half of the season starting to get underway. And one of them is Tacoma Defiance taking on Las Vegas. They've had some games rescheduled because of some COVID concerns. And for that match, they're going to get this one going. So, August 19th at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. And so that will be good as well. Any other games you're looking forward to in 5 seconds?
Galaxy 2, Phoenix Rising.
Should be fun too. Coming up 2 o'clock. We've got more of the halftime show, highlights, stats, and some thoughts from Adam Moffat on how this team can continue to keep it going in the second half.
Seeing our community helping in ways big and small. At SMUD, we're working hard too, helping with payment options, making it easier to qualify for our energy assistance rate, providing online tools and tips to help you lower your bill, and focusing on essential services to help keep rates low. As your community-owned, not-for-profit electric service, we're here to help, now more than ever. SMUD, powering forward together.
This is the look of a 12-year-old cancer survivor. A boy who spent a quarter of his life fighting to get a chance at the rest. A boy whose cancer took his knee, but we gave him back the use of his leg. For extraordinary breakthroughs and everyday childhoods, UC Davis Health offers primary care and specialty care across 17 convenient locations. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
Ask anyone. NorCal families count on Honda for safety and reliability, especially in challenging times like these. That's why Honda Parts and Service is open for business now, and we're staying open with special safety precautions in place to help keep your Honda ready to go. Because while we know it's important to stay at home as much as possible these days, it's good to know you have a car your family can depend on. We're here to make sure your Honda is ready when you need it.
Once Connor remotes back, it's fine.
Let's get a look at the Boards of Change, an incredible program started by 3 young ladies in the Sacramento area for those boards that were put up for businesses and supporting George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, highlights, there's a lot of them here, Adam Moffat, here in that first half, and they are powered by SMUD. Early on, Tacoma coming out with their front studs, and they look good, and they really put the pressure on Sacramento. But things started to change around the 10th minute, and that's when Roro and company got cooking, and Iwasa able to set up Dark Formella. Well, at least the shot deflected, and Formella getting his first goal of the night.
Yeah, Roro starting to pull the strings a little bit. Formella, right place, right time. Great job. Starting his night off strong.
And Sacramento would not be done. They continue to keep it going, and this is on a counter. Looking at this ball sent through to Villian Bijev, who's on his front studs, unselfishly finds Iwasa. Goal number 50 for the Jesuit high school kid.
Brilliant. And you see, he sensed the opportunity. He runs with them, and it's any young players, I say, keep it going. You're always an option. There he goes. He runs. He doesn't know if Bijev is going to pass to him, but he's there for it. Brilliant. 50th goal.
And one more will come in the 41st minute. Sacramento again. Ball played out wide. And how about this from Carlton Belmar? What a service in. 35-plus yards in. Formella brings it down and just right through his second brace on the season. 3-0.
Marvelous composure. I mean, just to take that ball with the outside of his foot, just kill it, finish straight away. The defenders have no chance getting close to him, so keep it going for Mella.
And one really good look here. This was a very well-weighted ball coming in from that right side. Just hard to bring it down, but Vargas really in the mix all evening long. So Tacoma's really only threat coming at about the 43rd minute. Here's our stats at the half, brought to you by last year's Elk Grove Subaru, and we talked about the double-digit shots. What I like to see is the number 4, shots on target. That's what we start to see more of. That ends up leading to more goals for Sacramento.
It does. A lot of the time that isn't too high as it is this half. So, and again, we're seeing 3 goals from 4 shots on target. Brilliant. Possession still there to keeping the ball. Positive. It's positive.
And usually don't always look at that, but Mark wanted to see more possession, so yep, that is a good one to see. All right, for Sacramento, it's not going to get any easier because you've got some really tough teams coming ahead because they're all in your group and they all really matter. But for the first couple of weeks, you've got a couple games against Portland. This is a team that's really, has struggled. But then it's Reno, Tacoma, Defiance, and then Reno again.
Yeah, it's an interesting schedule. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of the same teams. You cannot let any complacency creep in. Okay, Portland Timbers 2 haven't been doing well. That doesn't mean they can't in the future, so they got to be switched on every single game because we're halfway through now.
Halfway through, unbelievable. Here we are in August as the UC Davis Health halftime show comes to a conclusion, and all eyes are on that man, Cameron Iwasa, number 50, getting that goal, the second of the evening for Sacramento as they lead 3-0. Do have a substitution for the Tacoma Defiance, and it's Jesus Perez coming in for Azriel Gonzalez. And then Ray Serrano also into the match for Marlon Vargas, who I thought Vargas played really well. Kind of a surprising substitution from Chris Little.
He did. Here's Serrano on the ball already. Serrano got a goal in the last match against Sacramento, so maybe it's a little bit of the Formella thing going on. You know what? We'll put our Serrano on here.
So 2 substitutions, and a quick move already. Here's an opportunity to the right side. Out comes Rafa Diaz. The flag goes up. Alec Diaz thought He had an open look at goal, just a step too quick for the 18-year-old, and Rafa Diaz keeping his clean sheet alive.
Mark Briggs won't be happy at that. Within 40 seconds, and he's not off by much. He is not off by much. Good composure, taking it around the goal to finish it. But who's marking him? There's no one near him, and he is definitely offside. But defensively there, that is not a good start to the second half.
You can hear Mark Briggs really upset the way that his team has come out of the half. We still got 45 minutes. We see that Tacoma can score in droves. There's no reason to think this one is over quite yet. And Rafa Diaz looking for his 4th clean sheet, and he's really one of only 2 Republic goalkeepers ever to pick up 3 consecutive clean sheets. Of course, Josh Cohen did it, Orange County, Phoenix, Fresno, and that was back on June 3rd of 2018.
I might have played in some of those games, so maybe that's
okay.
Maybe that's why Josh Cohen did it.
Fantastic keeper Josh Cohen was for this club. In Israel playing now. Burke Gilroy. And for Sacramento, they've really been down on that side of the ball. Only one of 3 teams to have 4 shutouts so far this season. Hines working that right side, turnover in the midfield. Roro got it at his feet. Going to look forward, see if Sacramento can counter. Bijev able to come to it, so calm, collected, making those right runs. William Bijev, the last 2 matches, spectacularly giving that assist to Cameron Owasa for his 50th goal. Here comes the pressure. And no Delta breeze tonight. Has continued to stay warm here at Papa Murphy's Park.
A lot of fans have maybe been used to seeing Bijev out wide, but he's asked for a turn in the middle, and I think he's proved that he can play there the last few games.
Switch from Roro, finding the foot of Formella. I think it's the wrong idea though. She's trying to go back to the middle or send it back to Apollon.
Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable at 3-0. Start trying flicks. Keep doing what's been getting the success, you know, so.
There's a tendency to try to do too much, get a little cute at times, trying to maybe make it more interesting for yourself. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it can go bad.
We just have to reference the last game.
You're right.
That's all we have to do. 3-1, comfortable, cruising, right? The young boys. No, that's not the case. You've seen it could easily be 3-1 already to start this second half.
Well, how about this? Is Cameron Owasa in the 31st minute, gets it, who wears number 31, gets his 50th USL goal, gets his 100th start in a Republic uniform on a 100-degree night. I can't make this stuff up.
Keep going with those numbers, Raw. Those are good.
I think that's all I got. This ball looked to get crossed in, and it was Alec Diaz, but it was Hayden Sargis who was there, and it'll be a corner kick coming for Tacoma Defiance, brought to you by Atlas Disposal.
Encouraging start to the second half of Tacoma. I'm sure at halftime, Chris Little would have been telling them, go play your game. Get forward. He's brought 2 players in, Perez and Serrano, who are similar to the guys who went out, who like to get on the ball, comfortable with it, but they're going to bring a little more energy. So guys like Skundrich, Lopez have to be aware of where they're at.
Perez, outswinger, empty net, wide open for Sam Rogers, and it's 3-1 as Tacoma able to strike here in the 49th minute.
I don't know how the biggest guy in the box can get free like that. I don't know, Diaz maybe got blocked. We'll have to have another look at that, but far too easy.
Tacoma goal in the 50th minute.
And Perez on the assist, his first assist on the year, and Sam Rogers able to pick up his first goal of the season, and it's 3-1, looking eerily similar to what we saw on July 13th when Republic led at the break 3-1.
He is so free that it's hard to tell whoever had him at that point. It may have been Skundrich, he had his hands on his head, it may not have, but he's far too open in the box.
Well, look at the quick step, and Sacramento playing a little bit nervous. It's almost like keep away, just trying to get that ball to move around, but who's the man who needs to settle this club down?
I think if we can get Lopez on the ball, he's got great composure on it. You've got to keep working hard for each other. You're going to be under pressure. You're winning 3-0. Tacoma have showed that we want to come. We want to get back in this game. And they have. They've got themselves straight back into the game in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
And again, we talked about not having fans. There's really no pressure on them. There's no 11,000 just screaming down on them, feeling this energy. And there's times I'm sure this feels like a session, just a training. Otherwise, another Tuesday or another Thursday evening for this club. And so for Tacoma, there's going to come a lot of confidence with that. And they were able to get in. It's Sam Rogers, the young prospect who is highly touted by the Sounder system to potentially be in that starting lineup for the Seattle Sounders and even Siggy Schmidt in the next couple of years.
You see that ball getting played out. Hilliard Arce, this is where they got to keep it. You got to keep that ball. Don't force it there. Kill the game. You don't want to kill the game too early, but what I'm saying is keep that ball, suck them in, then you can look to go forward.
Maybe make them work a little bit more.
Yeah, because right now they're a little rattled here, Sacramento Republic.
Well, the bench getting up and stretching, so we could have a potential substitution or two as well from Mark Briggs' side. No need to panic yet. Still up 3-1. Dark Formella with a brace already. Cameron Iwasa with a goal. And now Sam Rogers an assist coming from Perez. Perez, the 22 overall pick at NYCFC in this year's draft. And they really like his passing ability.
Take the space!
Yeah, not getting taken on with NYCFC, but getting his opportunity here at Tacoma, and he's came in here in the first 5 minutes of the second half and said, yep, I want to play more. And you can see that from his attitude.
And here's the interesting part with Chris Little. I mean, he's had guys that have moved him in a lineup, starting different guys, and coming into the breaker in the 60th minute, and they're game changers. Here's another look for Tacoma. A ball hit off the far post, and Tacoma nearly cutting this goal lead to 1.
Somebody needs to step up. Somebody needs to step up for Republic. Alec Diaz again. He's coming into the game a little bit. He is an exciting player to watch. The way he beat a ball in there and then getting a shot off.
Mark Briggs not afraid to make a substitution, especially with 5 substitutes available to him. Subbed out a center back, which he might not have done in Reno on Wednesday had you only had 3. And here's a tough challenge coming, and Carlton Belmar will be booked after going in hard on Nick Hines.
I don't think there's any intent from Belmar. He's not that kind of player. And again, maybe a little clumsy, if anything, but
Belmar with
it was hard to see. He looks confused, and
Yellow card admission on Sacramento Republic.
kind of what I look like every time I did a foul like that. So,
well, here it is again. I think Belmar had a right to it.
Not much in that at all. You can see why he's confused.
Yeah. Colin Fernandez over this one. Signed with Chicago Fire in 2014.
1v1!
Hines, little step there from Roro, just a savvy veteran. And you said you wanted him on the ball, and look at this. Perfectly played to Carlton Belmar. Belmar looking for a foul, wants something in return, and Mark Briggs scheming for his guys to get back. Tomas Arce giving chase in the backside. Was Perez again, having to concede a throw. Tacoma definitely a team that can score. They've scored now 14 on this season. Had a rough 2-game stretch to start the year and then went on the break, of course, for COVID. But since the return, they have been much better and much more prolific in getting good looks on goal. Good step again by Roro. He's had himself a really good night. Got Belmar to his right. Look at this ball to Bijab again. Nick Hines, just better speed. But again, Roro knowing how to break lines, that's going to get some of these young players to step back a little bit.
You see Bijab was constantly trying to hold up his run there, try not to drift offside. And by the time the ball came back, Hines had a full run on him. So a good recovery by him, and well played Roro in the middle.
Sacramento has allowed just 6 goals in 8 matches in this 2020 campaign. We talked so much about how good this offense would be, but rarely did we speak about how good the back line and the goalkeeping would be. And other than Tacoma, they have not allowed more than a single goal in a match so far this year.
They'll be hoping to keep that tonight. Obviously, the way Tacoma started this second half, they're looking eager. They're looking hungry. They want to prove something. You can see their energy levels are up. The temperature's dropped a bit, so Sacramento have to match that. It looks like there's a little lull there in the energy levels.
And again, you have the 5 substitutes, so if you're looking to the bench here, you do have Shannon Gomez in the 18 for the 3rd consecutive match now. You have a Matt Mahoney as well. Of course, Sam Warner, such a spark of energy anytime he's on the pitch. Took some really good opportunities for him. And of course, the young guys. You have Juju Chavez, and then you have Harigi as well. So a lot of young talent. This ball's whipped in. Chance for Tacoma again as Diaz looks to make a play on it and able to send this out of play. And so a corner kick will be coming. Rafa Diaz with a big-time save to stop that one. Alec Diaz with the look inside the 6 for Tacoma.
Yeah, Rafa getting the better of the Diaz's right there, but that was, again, Alec Diaz. So creative. The touch, the control there, and it's tough to finish that one. Well done, Rafa, making himself nice and big. Tacoma's ready, scored off a corner kick. Guess what they'll be looking to do right here?
Here's a left-footed Perez. Came on as a substitute and already having an impact in this one. A different team out here with Tacoma. Hayden Sargis would use his body dark Formella. Now just can't do the rest of it. Into the 18, looking for a chance is Robles. 2 goals, 2 assists on the year, trying to pick up a foul, goes down a little bit soft, but he'll earn the whistle anyway, and Villian Bijev pleading his case.
Robles going in the box there, and it's someone like that with such a low center of gravity, you just got to be careful. He finally does get the foul outside the box, but got to be careful with him driving into the box like that. You don't just poke a foot out.
And Robles really earning his keep with Chris Little at the end of last year. Saw very little time the first part of the season, but by the end of 2019, 2 goals and assist, and he had earned his spot in the starting 11. Fast forward now here to 2020, and he is a key part to this offense in the midfield for Tacoma. It will be again their special set piece taker here in Perez. Perez left-footed, ball driven hard and low. Good job by Asha Paulin. Ball looking to be cleaned up by Tacoma. Now Sacramento can break the other way. Roro looking for some teammates, finds BJ a bit of a heavy touch, and a turnover again for the Republic, allowing Tacoma to stay into this thing and keep their momentum going in the direction that Little is hoping for his visiting side.
You were hearing some, the few people in the stands there were shouting shoot when Roro got that ball. The goalie was off the line, and I'm sure you remember, Rob.
We've seen it before. I think it was 2015, and from midfield into the net.
Yep, he has that in his locker. I don't know if his legs can hold up as much kicking the ball that far nowadays, but
I think you were able to do it. And maybe not midfield is a little bit harder to find target, maybe.
Yeah, it's when he was running there, it's a little bit trickier. You know, sometimes you want to just set yourself up, but yeah,
the best part of that goal that Roro scored, I want to say it was OKC, but I'm not sure. Kevin Goldthwait called it. I mean, as soon as it left Roro's foot, he said, "Roro with the goal." Just looked at him like, what?
That's a player, you know, Kevin, a guy who's been around, sees it. Yep, that's in.
Well, make sure you tune in for the next virtual watch party on next Saturday, August 22nd, as the club takes on Portland Timbers 2. And you can sign up at sacrepublicfc.com if you want to get in on the next virtual watch party. I know we got one going on tonight. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Adam Moffat and I for this game as we reach the 60th minute mark on a blistering hot night in Northern California. Temperatures all across from the bay here to the valley, 95 up to 109, and it's cooled a tad. There's no breeze to speak of, but Tacoma showing no effects from it so far tonight.
No longer in triple digits, so I'll take that.
Yeah, you said cooling down earlier. I think you just meant it dropped below. 105 at kick.
Yep.
Possession into the favor now of Tacoma into this match, as Sacramento had a slight advantage of 52% at the break. Kitahara has been quiet tonight, more of a defensive mid for this Tacoma side. And it was against Vancouver Whitecaps too. Ball turning, looking for a chance again. Here's Perez, and this ball coming back to Nick Hines, the left back. Getting the start tonight, did not start. Last time these two teams went head to head. This ball's played in, selling out is Drew Skundridge and looking to head away. Speaking of Vancouver Whitecaps too, and you look at some of the players that come through, and you never know what these teenagers might end up being. And you look at two players making a dramatic impact, men's national team players, Tyler Adams and Alphonso Davies. Of course, Alphonso Davies now playing for Bayern Munich. Incredible 8-2 win. And he played a huge role in that. Was the best player on the field. And we're talking about Messi playing on Barcelona here, and he might have been the best player in the field at that left back position. Of outstanding time. But you can see from this USL and what it's become and allowing players to do alongside, Tyler Adams as well. Leipzig able to move on and into the Champions League. And here is Formella looking for another goal tonight. He wants that hat trick. He's going to play it back to Cam, who has the other goal. Cam with a left-footed strike, and it sails over the bar. And the few staff and media members thought that may have been number 51. Is what went right here on this build-up here for Sacramento, Adam.
Formella exploiting that space, and I think he was looking to get that shot off. It gets stuck under his feet. Good decision. Awasa supporting, right? Gets stuck right under Formella's feet here, laying it off. Awasa bringing it back to his left foot. Not a stronger one, but he gets a good connection on it just over the bar.
When we talk about some of these guys, obviously Adams had the game-winning goal against Atletico Madrid. Adams played with Rafa Diaz in New York. This is a ground that could potentially see some of the greatest players in the world at some point, and we're already seeing it before our eyes.
One incredible advertisement for the USL this week, and we're talking about the UEFA Champions League. Massive, the biggest tournament in the world for club teams, and you have two boys who 4 or 5 years ago got their start in professional game in the USL. Alphonso Davies, the Canadian, has just come on leaps and bounds. He's playing with some of the best players in the world.
He wasn't born just 200 miles south, right?
Yeah, how great that would have been. And then you see Adams, coming into that game for Leipzig and then getting the winning goal. We never get to talk about something like that from young North American players. So for the USL, it's who's next. It is. And if you're a young boy, play coming back around here. But if you're a young player for Tacoma, and even looking Sargis, Pinogas, Uregi, if I'm pronouncing that right and I get that one right, Chavez, why not me, right? That's what they got to be thinking. Yeah. This is a great window, and in the past in the US, it's been you got to go to college, and then you're coming out at 22. For development, I don't think that's the best thing.
Great job here. Now it's Villian Bijev, just a bit wide, but gave it a good look. And MLS obviously getting a boost from this as well, able to sell those players overseas. And, I think MLS rises up, USL rises higher, and you're really seeing some of these great young players. A collision, Hayden Sargis with Alec Diaz, no whistle coming, and they'll continue to play on. And now the whistle coming as Sacramento look to move it forward. Alec Diaz still on the turf after the collision with Hayden Sargis.
Yes, Sargis coming through there. You can see he's got his eyes on the ball only, and I think it's a little clash of heads. There's nothing intentional there.
Shoulder to shoulder, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. And this 18-year-old Hayden Sargis, not the smallest guy in the field by any means. So
no, it's probably like getting hit by a truck right there. He's a big boy. Yeah, so it's such a great opportunity for these young players to be in the USL right now.
I think are they going to take the hydration? You say no hydration break, so they're going to. Yeah, but you're right. We've seen some younger players, so you've played with younger players, but not to this extent and not at the talent level that we're seeing here in 2020.
No, and there's so many young players, even through Sacramento Republic's academy, players that we haven't seen break through yet, but they're over in the Bundesliga. They're in that system. And it's just a matter of time. There's a lot of really, really positive things coming from these affiliations in the USL.
Sacramento with a 3-1 advantage. Formella with a brace. Iwasa with the goal. An assist for Belmar and Bijev on the evening. And a really good first half for Sacramento. Similar story to what we saw And now for Tacoma, they've come out energized and feeling confident, playing like they have nothing to lose, because they really don't. They're 5 points down from Sacramento and Reno. Reno playing really well, has a big lead against Portland. And Sacramento still facing a team here that can be very dangerous. And this is what you like to see. Sacramento connecting short passes, making it easy on themselves. Belmar keeping it along the edge. Veteran guys have got to step up in plays like this against younger teams, taking them to a limit and pushing them in uncomfortable positions. Here is more substitutions now for Chris Littleside. And it's Alfonso Ocampo-Chavez, the 18-year-old out of Merced, and Chris Haggart, he is into the match as well. Neither player featured in the July 13 contest. So Burke Gilroy is out. Back to Diaz.
Also leaving the match, number 97, Colin Fernandez.
And Colin Fernandez.
What is going on here? How is that a foul? He didn't call that
So
a foul.
Campo Chavez, Diaz, Perez, Kitahara Robles, Haggart, Rogers, Mueller, and Hines. In the outfield for Tacoma Defiance. No substitutions for Mark Briggs quite yet, but as we now embark closer to the 70th minute, do you expect to see a couple, especially with the temperatures the way they are here tonight?
Yes, and obviously playing a few nights ago as well. Players are probably starting to get a little bit tired now, getting close to the 70th minute. What happens in the second half is all these players, they start preparing. A couple minutes into the second half, the strength coach, Luke Rayfield, has them out there. Just be ready. They don't know who's going to come in. You know, it really depends on how the game's going, but they're ready to go. Coach's choice at this point, you know. So if you're a player on the bench, you want to come in, say, okay, here, put me on. I can finish this game.
And you may see a defensive sub where maybe it's Roro, even despite how well he's played, he still is dealing with the injury. They want to make sure he's fresh. And so maybe it is a Sam Warner or a Matt Mahoney who comes in. And just as I say that, Sam Warner is taking off his jersey.
I think you saw him coming in there, Rob, right? Maybe.
Who's to say?
We'll never know.
And a whistle coming is Sacramento. Their physicality not going to get past the referee here tonight. Ricardo Fierro, pretty clean game so far.
Sacramento has to get on the ball, and we saw a brief spell of it there where they dictate the play. They have the ball, they connect the passes, they make them run. You know, they are the more experienced side. I know when they're winning, absorb that pressure. As Tacoma push for more goals, there's going to be opportunities. Awasa, Bijev, if Werner comes in, you know, he's going to want to show, hey, I should have been starting this game.
Starts to open up, and you're right. How do they take advantage of that? It's finding pace, being a bit patient. Belmar. Prairie looking forward. And it's one thing that Mark Briggs tried to instill in this team. He said he didn't want to see the ball continue to move back. He wanted to have it move forward on that first touch, and that's a perfect example of it. And now there's a lot of contention on each of the touch lines of who should have possession, and William Bijev actually seeking more. So here's substitution is the 24-year-old out of Bozeman, Montana, Sam Warner, in for Carlton Belmar. Belmar with the assist tonight. Thought he played pretty well on the wing here, and again, still trying to get used to that position.
A little quieter in the second half, but strong first half there. He was getting good crosses in, he got the assist, and he's just putting himself in good spots. It was an encouraging night for him.
So one more substitution opportunity for Tacoma, and two more for Mark Briggs. Now Mark Briggs still has 4 substitutions that he can actually make within those 2. Warner trying to keep it in play, and does. Quick foot, loves his left foot, going to elect for his right foot, takes the deflection. Formella and Bijev were on the backside there, but not able to get there in time. And so Tacoma is able to thwart the attack. But already Sam Warner making an impact.
He's going to have that on all night. If he hugs that touch line as he does, just kind of ghost out there And it's up to guys like Roro, Bijev, find him. He's got 30 minutes worth of 20 minutes of energy left in him.
He's got fresh legs.
Fresh legs.
He's young as well. It's allows
yeah, that definitely helps.
And the hold is not given to Campo Chavez. Able to get away with something there. And here's a little bit of a zone marking press coming from Sacramento a bit. Bijev maybe sticking back to a man. We saw what Reno did, just a complete man-to-man press for as long as they could. And walking through what Sacramento does, what do you see the difference in terms of how they press compared to what other teams potentially do?
There's a little more structure to how they do it, a little bit more positional sense to it. But Sacramento, a lot of the time, what they like to do is they like to pin you in and finding the right times. Again, winning the ball in their half is what you want to do, right? You win it, you're closer to their goal. So you'll see a lot of that. Sometimes the way the game goes, as you see right here, the defenders are dropped back deep in their box. You can't do that.
McCrary the mark. Cross comes in, just a bit heavy, and it will sail out of play. We can continue to encourage you to tweet at us so we can get you on the broadcast. And the whistle blows as well. This one's from Jane Walker. And Derek Formella is on fire, no doubt about it. 2 goals on the night, his second brace in his Republic career. And the substitution is Jaime Villarreal will come into this match. And Villarreal, really such a solid player. Throughout his time here in Sacramento, has dealt with some injury issues. Probably not his best performance against Reno. So a lot to Mark Briggs for saying, get back in there. We need you moving forward. And he's going to replace William Bijev, who had the assist to Cameron Iwasa's 50th goal tonight.
He's had such a great few years here with the club, and it wasn't his best night the other night. But I know him personally, and I know his reaction. He'll be disappointed at himself. He'll want to come out here tonight and have something to prove, close out the game. Mark Briggs trusts him, puts him in. So as a player, you can have so many nights like that, and and it's
just not going your way.
It's just not going your way.
Yeah.
But
and that's, I mean, you talk about it, like how many times I've said, not the best night from Jaime Villarreal, that may have been the first. I mean, he is a guy who gives it all.
Yes, exactly. And even if it isn't going his way, he's going to give you everything, effort-wise. The passes are just a little sloppier there tonight, but he'll be looking to get back on track here.
Get that home cooking.
Yep.
Rodrigo Lopez able to find Villarreal. He's got his first touch, and the former LA Academy standout who came to Sacramento. At the same time, there were some coaching changes down in LA. His brother was shipped off to Orlando, but I believe him and his brother, the 2 first homegrown signings for LA Galaxy. So they had a lot of promise coming out of Los Angeles, and he has found his home here in Northern California. And if he can stay healthy, we know what kind of player Jaime Villarreal can be. There at Arce, another former Galaxy 2 player. Cameron Iwasa just trying to put that into the corner. Well done by Iwasa. Look at this fight coming from Sam Warner, still going against Hines. And Warner shown on a display here. A left-footed strike, trying to curl it in. A fantastic effort from the Stanford standout.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, I don't know how many times he cut back and forth there, but he was definitely feeling it. And he was, you know what, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to whip that to the back post. He was unlucky. I think it was Iwasa or Formella closing in as well, but great job, Werner. Lots of energy coming in. Cut.
Putting on a clinic.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, Herrera would have no chance if that ball's curled in. And here's Warner again, right back at it. Collision coming. The whistle will follow.
You think he's excited to get in the game? And that's what we want to see from a sub, right? We spoke about a little lull in energy. Mark Briggs puts him into the game. Hey, give me the ball. I'm gonna take guys on. Something we hadn't seen for the first 20 minutes of the half.
And Warner's substitution, as with all substitutions, are brought to you by Medic Ambulance. And now a set piece coming for Rodrigo Lopez. And the reason, or part of the reason he is back with this club is his ability in these set pieces.
Hayden Sargis is in a good spot here. Ooh.
Sargis coming in a collision with Nick Hines, and Sargis and Hines both on the turf, and the medical staff will come out and check on both players.
it's always so difficult when both players only have eyes for the ball. Sometimes you just don't see a guy there. And you saw that right there. Hayden Starr just thinking that ball's going to come to him. Hines backing up. Clash of heads. You never like to see that in a game. Again, both looking only at the ball. Oh, that's a sore one.
And so with this stoppage in play, it brings us to another Smud hydration break. And let's take a look back at some of the most fantastic goals from number 31, Cameron Iwasa, getting his 50th goal in his USL career.
Well, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Cameron Iwasa.
Iwasa's going to give it a go. No, he fakes it out. Going to give it a ride. It's in the net. Number 2 for Iwasa on the year.
To do for Joey Farrell. He lets it bounce. It goes back for Lubin. It could be trouble here. And Cam Iwasa puts it in.
30 years of age now. Deep cross. Leaves it for Iwasa. Throw your hats out on the pitch. We've got a hat trick, folks. This ball through Eni Voltson. He's got Cameron Iwasa with him. A little bit of help finding Iwasa, left-footed strike into the net. Number 13 for Cam, and it comes in stoppage time in the first half of action. Number 50 for Cameron Iwasa. Congratulations to you, young man. One of the pillars of this club and just such a great person on and off the field. And let's check in with the watch party, should we, as Cameron Iwasa scored that 50th goal. And we're going to check in with that Rayleigh's virtual watch party and the faithful loving this one. As claps and
we get some fist bumps. There we go. That's a great reaction there. I can't see the name on that, but I loved it. Section 105, I believe it was.
And like we got the backgrounds as well. Loving it.
Yeah, it looks like one of them was at the field there.
Don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him. I'm looking. No, I can't see him here, but it's good to get that as a local guy, Cam Iwasa. You know, he got his first start here professionally, brief spell in Kansas, back here, continuing to score goals. And, you know, people like to see that. They like to see the local guys doing well for the local club. So full credit to him.
And Cam, baseball star at Jesuit High School as well, the private school just up the road here. And then decided to stick with soccer and ended up at UC Irvine with an opportunity to play there and standout player in the Big West. And of course, Cam choosing wisely. Although Rice Hodgkin, I think, had a home run today as a former teammate who plays on the Philadelphia Phillies. But a very talented group at Jesuit. But I think we're all happy Cam has chosen a bit of footy instead.
Yes. Baseball, is that like cricket, Rob?
It's very close.
It's very close,
yeah,
okay.
It's very close.
Yeah, growing up in a country where it was pretty much football, soccer, or rugby was the other one, but my parents never let me play that. I was a little too rough.
That's a little too rough.
You don't get pads or
Yeah.
anything. You know, I don't know if I would have lasted long doing that.
They're just a little, you know, banged up, which I don't know how these guys walk after the age of like 30 and how much they take. Pressure coming from Drew Scudder. Did have a substitution in as Danny Reynolds came in for Nick Hines in that left back position. Look at Jaime Villarreal battling there. He's got Warner on the left side. Iwasa running. Another chance here is Villarreal to Villarreal, skirting to Cam. Cam lets it through, and Formella just able to push it over the bar too high, but a great build-up from Sacramento, and it all started with Rodrigo Lopez.
Yeah, Villarreal as well winning that, and then flying forward. And we spoke about BJ being unselfish earlier. Iwasa the same there, letting that ball run through, aware Formella was behind them, and he just leans back a little bit on this.
Good idea by Cam. He didn't have the right angle to set that ball back, and he heard Formella behind him and just not able to find frame. Formella looking for his first hat trick.
I think his eyes opened up a little bit big there. So here comes that hat trick, and just a little too much on there. Great move. Great move though. That's what we're looking to see. Again, Werner.
Game changer, absolutely. Former kid who played a lot, did a lot of taekwondo, has all the moves, knows how to use both feet equally well. Actually prefers his left foot now. We've seen some absolute fantastic goals coming from this right side with him cutting back in. And like what you see here, Adam, with a little more possession from Sacramento.
Yeah, you can see they've taken the sting out of the game a little bit. In Tacoma, they had that 20 minutes of pressure, but now, okay, let's get the ball, let's pass it around, let's keep it. Don't rush. Sometimes you just have to weather the storm in these situations.
A little overlapping run from McCrary. He's got Cam in front of him. He's got Roro to his left, trying to search for an option, and Cam was offside. McCrary just caught in between there, really not quite sure where to go with it.
He's probably not used to being that high up in the field there, Jordan, but good from him getting forward at this point in the game.
Sacramento, all 3 goals coming in that first bit of half, and here is Warner again. He had Cam peeling off to his right, thought he'd give it a ride himself. Never shy, but looking for goal number 4. These two sides will face each other 2 more times, both in Tacoma, September 19th and then September 30th. Oh, a gift for Warner to Roro. Roro stepping over. He's got Formella to his left, finding Cam. Cam to his right foot, leaving for Jaime! And it just missed wide. Villarreal coming to clean it up. Would have been spectacular. This buildup for Republic has looked really good in the last 2 minutes here.
Sloppy giveaway by Tacoma at the back, and that's what you want to see. Take full advantage of the giveaway. Roro does brilliant here, tries to chip that ball. I think he was trying to get it back to Formella. Villarreal following in, and he's just pulled it wide. Well done though, Jaime, supporting there at the top of the box.
The other way here, Campos Chavez. And a goal kick coming. I would like to let the audience know who is the one player I told to you when you showed up today who I thought should start today because of how well he played against Tacoma last time.
I don't recall you saying much. No, but you did Rodrigo Lopez. Rodrigo Lopez, and then we also mentioned Formella as well.
Yeah.
You know, and going back to that game, both of them had a good connection there. And we're seeing it again tonight. They've really taken their opportunities, and sometimes that is being out of the squad. You know, it is a few games away, and with such a short season, players have a lot. They want to play in these games. It's more than probably any other season where you have 34. It's okay. I can get back in. No, I want to get in right now.
Well, and, you know, Roro came out the 60th minute against Tacoma last time. Looks much more fit now as well. So,
yes,
and
his nose doesn't look as well as it did in that last game, but
he's been playing the mass tonight, but he's playing with a little bit of confidence, and when Rodrigo's feeling it, there is really no other player that can match him in USL. Jaime finding Iwasa. Iwasa out of traffic. We'll send it back to Sargis. Or excuse me, Drew Skundrich. Ball lifted into the corner, and good defending. And a couple more substitutions for Sacramento. There's an argument about whether Matt Mahoney and the youngster from Sacramento, Julian Chavez, is ready to go, and Mark's saying they're ready.
a little petty from the referee there.
And McCrary, I think McCrary's starting, his yellow card is starting to rack up a little bit though, so you're gonna have to be careful. Roro into the corner. And again, here's a dead ball. So here is Julian Chavez, who made his debut on August 8th in Portland. Got some time with Reno, and now he comes in for the Sacramento legend, Rodrigo Lopez, who has played brilliantly tonight. So Juju in for Roro, and Matt Mahoney coming in for Jordan McCrary.
Good to see the youth getting an opportunity here at the end. Juju's want to get on that ball, and if you're one of the more experienced players here, what you'd like to do is get him an early touch. Get that ball to him early, get him comfortable. Great job by Roro.
Roro coming off a bit slow off the pitch here tonight, but what a great shift from the Republic legend. And now into the lineup, so we'll set this for you. Is Formella, Iwasa, Chavez, Warner, Skundrich, Villarreal, Mahoney, Hilliard, Arce, Sargis, and Apollon. I'll tell you what, the shift that Rafa Diaz put in against Reno compared to what he's really faced tonight, the one goal allowed and just unmarked man, and then made a nice save and one kissed off that far post, and that's been about it for Rafa Diaz in terms of his involvement. Jaime moving forward, Try to push it right back into traffic. Ball play to the left side. Diaz again. Tacoma still with some time here. This ball's whipped in, back post, looking for Asha Paulin to send it away, and he does.
Alec Diaz is a really exciting player to watch. He's seen his movement, and we have the fortune of being up here higher in the stadium and just seeing the way he's moving for an 18-year-old. Again, he's an international player. He plays for the Puerto Rican national team, and you can see why. You can see why 18. He has a really bright future ahead of him.
Well, this Tacoma side, they have a lot of talent and try to figure out last year, allowed 82 goals. The back line was just in a bit of mix, and here's a ball sent in here. Good chance again for Tacoma, not able to do anything with it. But they've been much better here in 2020. And a part of that was to add to that back line, and Tyler Mueller a part of it. Here's a ball that is shot on goal, and it is sent away. Last deflected by Sacramento. Will be a corner kick coming for Tacoma Defiance.
Yeah, you see Taylor Mueller coming in, and he's a guy who's played mostly on the East Coast with Charleston Battery. I think he was over 200 appearances for them.
17,000 minutes in his USL career.
17,000 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. But he's originally from the Washington area. Here we go, an opportunity here. You won't want to give anything away here at the end.
Back to Reynolds, curling ball, and a good look for Tacoma, and another corner.
Dangerous cross there by Danny Reynolds. This has got a real nice left foot on him. But yeah, Taylor Mueller, he's a guy with plenty of experience, so you need that, a little balance for these young guys.
And Reynolds, the second-round pick by Seattle. This one's lofted in. Rafa Diaz will scoop it up, and whistle will come in. Maybe some contact by Tacoma anyway. But that's the type of play we saw from Rafa against Reno on Wednesday night as well. Really go out and getting balls, snatching him throughout there, coming out of 6 when he needed to, and making his body big. Just an outstanding performance, and could likely end him on the USL Team of the Week for what he's done the last 3 matches here.
It definitely could. Obviously, the clean sheet isn't there tonight, but again, coming for that cross, that ball, I believe, went out before it came back in. But it shows so much confidence, and again, it's a big relief for those defenders.
Sacramento has 8 more matches, including that remake that will likely happen with Orange County at some point. Trying to figure out a schedule of when that could happen. And then 9 more for Tacoma. Giving chase, Chavez got to get on his horses a bit here. Trying to find some space. Tacoma looking. Rafa Diaz to his knees.
I think Fermela's going to be excited to see Tacoma 2 more times. It seems to be his team.
And, you know, getting Formella going in that match, too. You got to give a credit to Rodrigo Lopez, who earned the penalty. And his previous stop here, there's nobody else taking that penalty kick. And Roro laid it off to Formella and said, we got to get our strikers scoring. And thought enough to say, I don't need that goal, but I need my strikers to get something going. And he was right.
Yeah, you want those guys putting the ball in the back of the net, and it's an experienced move by Roro. He's been around. You know, that goal for him doesn't mean much, but for Formella, that was, you know, that meant a lot. And he's had a good season so far, and it's good to see him back in the score sheet tonight.
And mistakes Sacramento will like to see more of. So no Wednesday match here this week, and what a busy weekend. You know, there's obviously the physical part with that. The temperature is a little bit warmer here tonight, and Mark has tried to figure out the best balance. But good news coming up this week, yet another really hot week in Sacramento. But you only have a game on Saturday. At least it's back here at home again. So you don't have to travel in the heat. You don't have to worry about probably the schedule as much as if you had another Wednesday game.
It is a better format, especially with everything that's going on when it is week to week. Those midweek games can be real tough with so many restrictions on how you can train and all those things. Wassa almost sneaking through right there. Scundridge just had to put a little more on there.
Rogers to the left side. Reynolds again has a nice left foot, curling ball, a little bit danger for Sacramento. Mahoney able to clear it away. Tomas Hilliard Arce may have got ahead to it.
What a ball that is from Danny Reynolds. He's whipped in a few here. Goes to Iwasa.
Look at the pace from Iwasa moving forward. Mueller can't catch up. Iwasa! And he just sent it wide right. Disappointing end after an incredible effort from
Great play up to the shot. Great play up to the shot. He did everything right. I thought for a second there he's going to run. The goalie, Werner's going to take a run at it here.
Well, they're playing advantage. Chavez coming with him, and it's Warner with a cheeky move. Snuck it through the arms of Herrera, but it sailed on him as well.
Two good opportunities. Awasa on this one, he's broke away for about 40, 50 yards, and I think just right at the end his legs have given way a little bit. Yeah, Cam got a little tired towards there. Werner, a little too much on there. He's such a huge impact coming in.
Reynolds lofting this one back post. Sargis need to clear that a bit further away. Still in opportunities as Skundrich is able to do just that. These 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Ball lifted into the corner by Mueller, just a bit too heavy. And that's the athleticism we see from Cam. I mean, here he is, 90 minutes, and he's making runs like that. He is definitely one of the most athletic players we've ever seen here in Sacramento. Drew Skundrich was right up there as well.
Yeah, Cam he's just so powerful when he moves.
Reynolds. It's a bit too heavy. It's starting to panic a little bit here from Tacoma, trying to make something happen, just get one on frame.
Yeah, time's running out for them, but Reynolds has done a real good job coming in and just whipping those balls in from the left.
That's the thing. I mean, Tacoma's deep. I mean, they've got some play. They've made 4 or 5 substitutions here tonight, and all really good additions here into this 11.
They've all had a good impact, and it's been a much better second half for them. Just not enough, I think.
Ball lifted, Reynolds and Mahoney.
Good defender, Mahoney. I think they just started imposing themselves a little bit, Sacramento. Okay, let's take charge here. Let's keep the ball. Let's make them work. And Tacoma ran out of gas.
On a warm night like this, obviously you talked about your time in Houston. When you got a game like this, it's hot. You're probably not at your best, but you're able to come away with likely 3 points. How good does that feel? Because you're probably going to be aching a little bit the next day.
Aching and waking up during the night, cramping, all that. I don't really miss that anymore when you just muscles just spasm during the night. And you'll feel that these guys, you saw Wassa breaking away there and he's just laying down for a few seconds. He's put so much miles in the tank, and the game started over 100 degrees. Like you're absorbing so much out of your body, and that's why it's so vital that these guys go home, they fuel up, they really take care of themselves, get a good sleep, which is probably the hardest part for guys.
And you're so amped up, especially when you play later at 8 o'clock here. You don't get to go to bed as early as you probably have been during the rest of the week. Reynolds again going to use his right foot this time. Softly laid into the back post. Chavez sending it upfield, and well played by the 18-year-old.
Yeah, well done there. Not many opportunities for him coming in, but good to just get touches.
And Mark Briggs has been so impressed the way that the youngster has played in training session. He said he had to get him in the 18.
Here if he keeps running.
Here's Warner. Chavez, Cam slowing up a little bit. Warner may take this himself. Going to use his right foot, and he just missed it wide again. 3 really good looks for Sam Warner tonight, and I think he's going to be upset with himself not finding any of those on frame, unlike Sam Warner.
It was good defending on that one. Mueller, I believe, was, again, he's put a lot in his legs as well, chasing Warner the last 25 minutes. And it's great defending by the captain from Tacoma.
Yeah, you're right,
stretching his whole body out there.
It took a little bit of a deflection, which is why Sacramento has the corner here. And there's the whistle, and the final whistle is Sacramento Republic take this one 3-1 against the Tacoma Defiance here at home. Republic grabbing the full 3 points. They'll now have 15 in Group A play. And if Reno is able to hold on for there, don't have a final score from them, both teams will remain 1-2 in the group play. And so Sacramento, a well-deserved 3 points. Number 50 by Cameron Iwasa, and a brace by Derek Formella. They did allow a goal in the second half, but overall, really a B+ to A- effort. And here it is, number 50, our Hard Rock moment of the match.
Congrats, Cam. Unselfish Bijev breaking through, could have scored himself. Iwasa follows it in. Easy 50th goal.
USL play, he has been spectacular. 17 goals back-to-back seasons, and he's got the big 5-0 for his number 2 goal on the season here. Cameron Iwasa, he's going to be feeling pretty good this week, and congratulations to the Sacramento kid. We'll have your full highlights, stats, and final thoughts from Adam Moffat coming up as the Republic take this one 3-1 against the Defiance.
Nos enorgullece ver que nuestra comunidad ayuda de manera grande y pequeña. En SMAD también estamos trabajando duro, ayudando con opciones de pago, calificaciones de asistencia energética más fáciles, herramientas en línea para ayudar a reducir las facturas y enfocándose en servicios esenciales para mantener las tarifas bajas. Somos su servicio eléctrico sin fines de lucro, propiedad de la comunidad. SMAD, avanzando juntos.
This is why we do these things. This is why we partner with great organizations like Electrify America, like Sac to Zero. It's awesome. You know, there's no better way than doing it together.
Toyota's summer sales event is on now, and the open road is open again because the best deals of the year on new and certified used Toyotas are finally here. For the first time ever, get 0% APR financing for a full 5 years on Toyota certified used RAV4s and Camrys, including hybrids. Don't miss out because the best new cars make the best used cars. The time is now to hit the open road in your Toyota at the Toyota summer sales event. Now open. Toyota.
Hot night in Sacramento, and it was a good one on the pitch as well. 3-1. Sacramento able to take this one. Let's get to our post-match highlights powered by SMUD. Right out of the gate, again, we saw Tacoma not showing any fear here. They really put the press on Sacramento. About 10 minutes in, things started to switch a little bit here, and Rodrigo Lopez placing a perfect ball to Iwasa and found Formella on the rebound. And number 1 on the night in the 14th minute, Formella's third on the season.
Yep, doing as any good forward does, just following in the play. You don't know where it's going to fall, but you're there, you're alert. Boom, good finish.
And Sacramento taking control here, having more opportunities. This ball played once again through by Rodrigo Lopez. And look at the pace from Bijev, and following is Iwasa, wide open, number 50 in his USL career.
Bijev bursting through, gets in front of Rogers. Great play by him there. Rogers tries to pull him back. Awareness is key right there.
It wouldn't be done quite yet. Fast forward to the 41st minute in the half. Again, the press moving forward, the attack looking good. McCrary's the one to get this one going, finding the winger, Carlton Belmar, who serves this beauty into the box, and Formella, number 2 on the night.
He made it look so easy. That is so hard to do, to take the ball with the outside of your foot, cushion it, and then it's a great finish at the near post. Well done, Formella.
Go to the half just before the break. Seattle also looking for another really good look, but into the second half we go, and wide open, Rogers unmarked gets his first goal on the 2020 campaign.
Yeah, that's something that needs corrected. I don't know, Skundrich was going with the wrong guy there, it looks like. That's something that will be addressed.
And here's another dangerous moment. This one kisses off the bar. Would have been an absolute game changer for the Defiance tonight. Not able to get it, and that would be the last real good look they'd have on the evening. So Sacramento takes this one 3-1. Our full-time stats powered by Toyota. And again, double-digit shots, 18 on the evening. And, 4 of those coming from Sam Warner as a substitute past the 60th minute mark.
Yeah, we did improve on the shots on target in the second half, which you'd like to see from those breakaways. Just really kill the game off, but it was comfortable towards the end. You know, they had to weather that storm the first 20 minutes or so, and I think the team did that well. Giving up that goal was disappointing, but it was a good response after that.
All right, and no surprise here, our power image of the match, celebrating the big 5-0 for Cameron Iwasa, and his teammate putting it up, the 5-0 with his hands. Villian Bijev also earning the assist on the night. Back-to-back performances from Iwasa and Bijev, spectacular. Your man of the match is?
It is Formella tonight.
Derek Formella.
It's gone Formella. 2 goals. Good for him.
All right, so Derek Formella, Adam Moffat's man of the match with his brace. Iwasa gets the 50th. A great night in Sacramento. What started 105 degrees ends with 3 points and maintaining the top of the Group A with Reno, who also won tonight 5-2. I want to thank our entire crew on the scene, our producer Abe Aponte. For Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Sacramento will be back here next Saturday night against Portland. We hope to see you then. Thank you and have a great rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.